This is really interesting. I shared this video. She always wanted to be a cyborg. And it's this lady at the very beginning of the video. But we're getting in here to talking about Elon Musk and his Neuralink. And he's sitting with this man and a woman, and they're asking him, how are you going to do it? And they're saying, wouldn't that require surgery? And Elon tells them, oh, no, not necessarily, because you could go through the veins, the neurons are in the veins. You could go through the jugular vein. Listen to this, you all. I'm going to show, I slowed it down. When this guy's asking him, he's trying to tell him about this. If you haven't watched this, watch this section of it. See, he's sitting there and he's having his conversation. Hello there, Winged Affinity. Let's look at this.
Talking about something
but
which
like you wear it? Or?
No, I mean it would be. There are a few ways to approach this, but some sort of interface directly with your cortical neurons, particularly.
But doesn't that imply surgical insertion?
Not necessarily. You could go through the veins and arteries because that provides a complete roadway to all of your neurons. Your neurons are very heavy users of energy, so they need high blood flow. So you automatically, with your veins and arteries, have a road network to your neurons.
Still some kind of surgery, right?
Yes, but you could insert something, basically, into the jugular and have. It gets macabre, but
It sounds.
You can insert it in the jugular. He said that. Not necessarily you wouldn't have to have surgery, but you could insert the neural things into the jugular. That's exactly what the Borg do. They stick their things in the side of the neck in the jugulars. That's what they do, the jugulars. Look at that. And he's telling him you could go through the jugulars to get the interface to the neurons up there to your cortex. See, that is really wild that he said that. And that the Borg do that right there in your veins. He said they can insert it through your veins. They need the neurons and the blood and all of that kind of stuff, you all. Talking about his Neuralink, and if you've seen at the very beginning of this, she's always wanted to be a Borg. The lady always wanted to be a Borg. She was so happy. She wanted to be a Borg. Does she really realize what she's saying? Because you will no longer be unique. You will no longer be individual. Maybe some people don't want to be unique. Maybe some people don't want to be an individual. Maybe they want to be part of a collective like this, to where they are, I don't know. I really don't know. But this was strange because he said he could inject that stuff in through your veins, the Neuralink, to get that neural phase.
There are a few ways to approach this, but some sort of interface directly with your cortical neurons, particularly.
But doesn't that imply surgical insertion?
Not necessarily. You could go through the veins and arteries because that provides a complete roadway to all of your neurons. Your neurons are very heavy users of energy, so they need high blood flow. So you automatically, with your veins and arteries, have a road network to your neurons.
Still some kind of surgery, right?
Yes, but you could insert something, basically, into the jugular and have. It gets macabre, but
it sounds really easy and.
It doesn't involve. It doesn't involve, like chopping your skull off or anything like.
Yeah, it doesn't involve chopping your skull off or anything like that, he said. Your skull. So, but he said in other videos for the Neuralink that they would drill a hole in the top of your head, remember? You would have a small hole drilled in the top of your skull, and the Neuralink would be put in there. But in this video right here, he said it can go through your veins into your jugular. Hello there, T, honey. There could be winged affinity. There really could be. Look how she's looking there in the distance. Hello there, Borg Queen. She was the most creepiest, really eerie. Yes, you could go through the jugular. Ben, he said it would not, wouldn't have to chop your skull. Not your head, he said your skull off if they went through the veins for the neural phase. And he said you're already kind of hooked up to something like that because your online identity, you're on the YouTube, your social media, you're already like a computer interface as it is. The ancient skeletons had holes in their skull. Yes, they did. That's right, Lady L. Wonder why. Wonder why. Let's look at the skulls, the holes in the ancients' heads. Ancient skeletons. Ancient skeletons. Hole. I can't see. Holes in their skull. And skull. That's a really good observation. That's right there in the back. Let's see what other places they would drill a hole. Yep. Hole in their heads. That's right. That one had a square in its head. He had a hole in his head. What if they had multiple interfaces in them? Really? Think about that. And they got some elongated skulls too. Holes in their head. Yep. Let's see the side of the skull. The side of the skull is like right there. And some of the Borgs, let's see, the Borg, oh dear goodness, the Borgs insert the things through your jugular veins. So, let me see a Borg. See the Borg. I'm going to see an image of a Borg because they got holes in their side of their head. Borgs. The Borg. I got to do the Borg US. Sorry about that. The Borg. Okay, let's see where their things are. Their things are in the sides of their heads. They're on the left sides of their heads. They are. That one's on the right. They would have to have holes in their heads for all of that. They really would. So the skeletons, they have some holes in their heads too. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I really would not be surprised at all. Where are we at down here? I'm a little bit too far that these things, they have technology in their head. Transhumanism, yeah. Superman, trans agenda. You had a friend who had a man on a subway train with a plug-in jack in the back of his neck. Oh, wow. 30 years ago. That's what they want. They can go through the jugular vein, and that's what they do. See how they got it? Why would he say something like that? What is the implication? The human species will be no more as you know it. You will be the old. They'll be the old humans. The old humans. Hello, good evening, Yurka, honey. They'll be the old humans, and it's in the back of their head. Oh, that's all the images, you all, that I found. So if you're just tuning in, this is from the video where she always wanted to be a Borg, and Elon Musk is talking about how would you get that neuro thing in there.
It's totally not Google Glass, right?
No, I'm talking about
No,
something
but it's
which...
like you wear it? Or
No, I mean, it would be... I mean, there are a few ways to approach this, but some sort of interface directly with your cortical neurons, particularly.
But doesn't that imply surgical insertion?
Not necessarily. You could go through the veins and arteries, because that provides a complete roadway to all of your neurons. Your neurons are very heavy users of energy, so they need high blood flow. So you automatically, with your veins and arteries, have a road network to your neurons.
Still some kind of surgery, right?
Yes, but you could insert something, basically, into the jugular and have. It gets macabre, but
It sounds really easy and
it doesn't involve.
risk-free.
It doesn't involve, like chopping your skull off or anything like that.
It doesn't involve chopping your skull off, he said. But the Borg, I'll just say it again, the Borg goes through your jugular veins. And he specifically said the jugular vein. He was very careful what he was saying about it. And you can see that is a main...
One simple hearing hack
Oh, Gina, honey, you need to get that off of there.
Did you know that hearing...
Okay, I got it. I got it, you all. Sorry about that. So, and some of the ancient skulls had holes in them right there, as someone said in the comment section. And who's to say they didn't have that in their skulls back then? Drill a hole, stick something in it. I think, I don't know what I think, but she always wanted to be a cyborg. They make it very glamorous. Make it very glamorous. But you'll no longer be you when you turn to that. You won't. So that's a good video, you all. This one, if I can, like, turn this back to over here, where this lady said she wanted to be Borg. I played it I put 3 things of it in the front, and I didn't know. It came from the World Economic Forum, when humans become cyborgs. And that is in the future. It is. So, yeah. That's right. You can get it injected in your jugular vein. Like he said, it goes straight to your brain or wherever it goes. Straight to your thing. Hello. Yeah. So this is not something they really like people talking about. I mean, it's going to get to the point they cannot hide it forever. They can't. There'll be no way. There won't be any way to keep it secret. But it's so much more than this. People are already getting implants in their body, different types of implants, just because they want to, implanting themselves with the chips that have the GPS that shows them where their home's at and stuff. They were already tagging themselves because they think it's really cool to have a tag on their body and things like that, interfaces. So I am going to go. I did want to share that. And it was a good point that someone brought up, going through your veins and stuff. This would be a very dark future. It really would, if the Borg were already here on the Earth and we're just Waiting. Borg Memory Alpha. So I'm going to go, and I don't want to be Borg. I don't. I'm going to go. And yeah, upload your consciousness. Debbie McClure, it's so true. Yeah, it's kind of dark. Dark, but it's the world we live in. It is. So I'm going to go, and with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Nerica, honey, let's see what you said. Our cyber-loving family, please say a prayer for her cousin, James Kaufman. He had a heart trouble today, and he's been in the hospital, and he might have had a heart attack. Absolutely, Nerica, honey, we pray in the name of precious Jesus that everything is well with him, and that God keeps his hand over him, and he comes home, and he'll be all right. Yeah. So absolutely. So I am going to go, you all, and thank you so much for watching this, because it's all connected. It really is, with Mr. Musk and this and technology and movies and all of it. It's just warning us. It really is. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Yes. Yeah, pray for him and his young child too, you all. Remember him in your prayers. Love you, and good night, everyone. Thank you, Nerica, honey. Good night.